Wow, I have so many questions, and it's really hard because we only have one. So I'm going to recognize that cannabis has pharmaceutical qualities, THC and CBD, and ask you how does the legalization and the um, ability to purchase this or be prescribed this compare with any other pharmaceutical product that would be brought onto the market in Canada? We know these are strong products, that they have qualities, but my concern is that there isn't a way to prescribe them that would, or they haven't gone through the normal regime for the approval of a pharmaceutical drug. So can you just describe to me how it is that we're going so far so fast when we really, doctors that I talk to refuse to prescribe it because they don't know the amount, what it'll do, and all of these other issues. So if you could just give me some kind of information on that.
Sure, and I'll try to be as brief as I can. So I understand the question's really around the therapeutic use of cannabis and how the system works right now. And you're absolutely right. The availability of cannabis to people who have a medical need for it did not come about through the sort of normal way that medicines come to markets in Canada, right? Usually a company brings an application to the department, there's a certain volume of research evidence that speaks to safety and efficacy, the department reviews it, an approval is given, it's dispensed, and so forth. The way that cannabis for medical purposes came to be in Canada was largely as the result of court decisions, whereby courts found, and I don't want to speak on behalf of my justice colleagues, but basically courts found that individuals who had a therapeutic need had a right to access. And as a result of a series of different decisions, the government had to create a legal access mechanism, and there have been a variety of iterations of that system. And largely what you're describing today is the system that exists, which is a patient consults with their doctor, the doctor does or does not make a decision that cannabis is appropriate, and then following that, the patient gets it from a federally licensed entity who is subject to a fairly rigorous regulatory program that exists today. And so your point about THC, just as a quick example, there are some fairly significant regulatory requirements whereby the concentration of THC and other compounds in cannabis need to be accurately labeled so as to help with questions of dosing and use and these sorts of things.
Senator Poirier.